Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode here at Tribal Trades, the daily show coming at you from the great state of Florida. One hell of a drug. And I do want to welcome you to the channel wherever you are tuning in from around the world. Thanks for watching. Today we're going to be talking Tesla. It's the soap opera that never seems to end. There always seems to be something going on, and we're going to talk about whether it's a buy, and if it is, where. I'm looking at with the Robotaxi launch that's due to come up this month. But before we do that and a whole bunch more, smash the like button. This does help get this channel out to more people, and of course does help support the channel, as does your wonderful comments that you take the time to write. I take the time to read them and respond. And if you're new to the channel, click that subscribe button and you'll get these daily updates. Let's talk about Tesla. And I said it was coming. He said it will be a combination of Airbnb and Uber. Owners can add cars to the fleet to earn. He actually predicts that it will pay for itself. So whatever your car payments are on the Tesla, you'll earn that by allowing your car to go out there and be rented and drive out. And of course, he did go on to say that Tesla will take their cut of it also. And so I think this is going to be absolutely huge. Now, of course, the Robotaxi launch was meant to be June the 12th, and I am reading now that's been delayed to June the 22nd. Though we did have some breaking news that the U.S. military orders evacuations of families at U.S. embassies and bases in the following countries. So the crypto market in particular has taken a little bit of a hit. The S&P 500 did take a little bit of a knock as well, but nothing. A lot of the poor old altcoins just took a bit of a hammering when the news came out there. So we'll keep our eyes on that, and we'll update Friday we'll be doing a crypto show on Friday there to update regarding that. So let's talk about Tesla, and let's have a look at the charts. And of course, the Tribal Trades indicator, one indicator to rule them all, the signals indicator. And there's going to be more indicators coming, but this is the signals indicator. And it gave us a beautiful sell red triangle here. And you can see that gave us a couple of buy signals here. The bluer triangle is not as strong. I don't take that as strongly as the green dot signal there, but sometimes it can pay off. It'll get you in a little bit earlier, but can be a little bit more risky. And of course, I managed to sell my Tesla shares, all of them this time, by the way, around about here. I was a little bit late to getting, and this is the day that I sold, and I alerted that in the Discord, and then was able to jump back in a play for Tesla, and I'm still in that play at the moment. However, at 323 is the 20 EMA on the daily. If that was to get lost there, then that may be where I would look to exit the play. I don't have a sell signal on the daily time frame for Tesla there as yet. If we look on the 12-hour time frame, we don't have one. And the 4-hour time frame, we have a softer yellow triangle. We don't have the red dot there as of yet. So that'll be interesting just to see how that plays out. I'm going to stay updated with that. And of course, I did expect it to get up to that 339 level. It didn't quite get there. Where did it get to? It got to about 335. And so this may be a place that I look at exiting and then look to possibly jump back and lower. I'll just see how the signals go, how the technicals look. But at the moment, this will be an area that if we do look to lose this level, then I may look to cut position also, which would have been a great trade, selling up here, buying back in here, and then the possibility it would be a lower high on the daily, however. So that's something also consideration there that would be a little bit bearish, but we'll just see how that shakes out. On the weekly time frame, we still are in a sell signal. We haven't had a new buy signal there on the weekly time frame, and I did sell on the weekly time frame. I do have multiple time frame portfolios in my weekly time frame portfolio. That's I sold. My daily time frame portfolio, that's what I bought the Tesla on here on the daily time frame. And then I also trade the hour and the 15-minute time frames for stocks as well. If you want to join me and learn how I do that and how that works, of course, the Tribal Trades Discord is the place for that. And speaking of the Tribal Trades Discord, some great wins in there today. You can see Nikola Tesla, he got in off my support there of $420, and that rocketed up a little bit before, obviously, we saw the sell-off later in the day. 150x, not recommended, but if you're experienced and you know what you're doing, and of course, if you're using money that you can afford to lose or small amounts of money, of course, it can work out there. And there, Praxi coming in, Tribal Trader, thank you. Some great money made on the Tesla plays and the SPY plays that get posted in the Discord. I post SPY technicals every single day in the Discord, and it feels like Tesla technicals are posted every day. Of course, too early Rod, but I've renamed him Right On Rod. That's my new name for him. I'm just going to keep saying it until he eventually does it. But no pressure there, Rod. April Parker there, option trading, $1,000 in an hour. Great job there. And then also great win there on the crawl. Held the position from yesterday and sold for a small win there. And so that's part of my stock picks that I give each day in the stock plays section there. And I also did the same as April, and I held my CRWL play over. That is the ETF for CrowdStrike. And so I've been in and out of a few times actually, but I usually don't hold an ETF longer than a day. Sometimes I hold it for 2 or 3. And so I was able to hold that one into a second day and get the win there as well, which is fantastic. Some other great trades there as we go down, more scalps. Jim McCall, green dot, and sold at the yellow triangle, and that's what it's about. And we did do a live session on shorts, and so he was able to take a nice win there, a nice 10% win there on the shorts, and we did a live session. So if you want to join the Tribal Trades Discord, there's a link below in the description of this video. You might need to click the more button, and that will pop out, and you can get signed up there. Now, remember, as I've been saying the last couple of days, this is a exclusive closed trading group. It is currently open for people to join at the moment, especially while we have the new Tribal Trades indicator, which is a Discord only indicator. You can only get this indicator by signing up for the Tribal Trades Discord. And I was looking around wondering what other people were pricing their indicators, and literally just for other indicators, I was seeing prices around $700 per year just for the indicator. That didn't even come with the Discord with all these amazing channels. So the price of the Discord is much less than $700 per year, and you get the Tribal Trades indicator included, as well as the life-changing games trading course. A new lesson comes out every week for you to learn and grow in your trading journey. Of course, the live sessions with me, you can ask questions and interact. We do a lot of teaching and education, obviously trading as well, and of course all the setups as well. So Discord will close out this month sometime. So you were looking at signing up for less than a cup of coffee per day, and guys, it really does just pay for itself there. These trades that are given out, you can sign up for the Tribal Trades Discord there, and once it's closed, there will be a waiting list. And so you'll still be able to get on the wait list, but there won't be a spot until somebody drops out or doesn't renew their subscription there. There's no lock-in period. It's just month to month. You can cancel any time that you like. And so just make it a lot of education, a lot of great content, and of course, some great setup trades, some trading signals, and of course, entertainment, because I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is for education and entertainment purposes only. You're not entertained. And so let's jump over to, I wanted to talk about the other opportunity, which is the TSLL, which is the Tesla long. It's the 2x leverage long. And this is the one, the trade in and out. So the ETFs, this one's a 2x leverage long ETF. You can also do the inverse ETF if you want to go short, but there is a time for that. And you can just buy TSLL. So you can hold Tesla and TSLL in your portfolio at the same time separately in the same brokerage. And that's where I'm getting in and out of TSLL consistently there. And I did, if you remember, just a few days ago, gave the entry for that at about $9, all the way down here when we hit that low. I shared in the Discord. And actually, let's just have a quick look at that. You can see added some TSSL in the low 9 region. Target will be $11 there, and so that was great entry. But I've been giving those entries consistently there on the way up and getting in and getting out, taking profits. Whenever we see these red dots, is generally a good time to jump out, and then usually when we see these beautiful green dots, is generally a good time to jump back into the trades there as well. So that's also another option, trading the ETFs, the 2x leverage longs there. They're only really designed to be held for a day or two. I don't really look to hold them more than a day or two, and it would be very rare if I held them any longer than that. And of course, it's really not recommended to hold them for any, you don't want to be holding these for weeks, for example, and really no more at the most than 2 weeks. Now, of course, if they are in an uptrend and they go parabolic, you could probably stay in them longer, but they really have to be moving for that to happen. You'd really want to catch some kind of if you got in all the way down here around $6, of course, and rode that all the way up to 16, that would be a time where you would probably stay in that move, and you could actually stay in there for about 6 weeks, no problem. But while the market is a bit choppy and going sideways, it's better to get in and out and in and out again, over and over again. And as far as Tesla goes, it's still a buy for me at the moment in the right areas. Would I be adding some right now at the moment? No, I would not. We've got a little bit of a sell signal on the hourly time frame there, so it's in a little bit of a pullback there. And so I'll be giving some fresh technicals on that in the Discord there. Of course, a couple of the areas that I would be looking at is obviously if we came back all the way to, well, all the way, geez, it's only $1 or so back to the 50-day moving average there. That would be something that I would be looking at as a possible entry point there with the Tesla trade there. Of course, we're underneath the 20 EMA on the daily. That's the main reason I wouldn't say that this is a buy right now. I'd want to see that either pop back above that, and that could be an entry there at around about $13.05. And then, of course, but there is some resistance above, and we are starting to see these EMAs starting to cool over. And then, of course, now we're below this crucial 20 EMA, and we do not want to see the 9 cross over the 20 EMA. That's the first domino fall. We certainly don't want to see the 20 to cross over the 50. That's a real sell and go to the beach for a little bit situation there. So you do need to be careful with Tesla, keeping an eye on the charts there. But I am still bullish on Tesla, but I do have my levels there for both TSLL and my Tesla trades. So I've got the day right now, I've got my daily Tesla portfolio, and I've got my TSLL that I'm trading on the hourly and sometimes on the 15-minute time frame there. So it'll be very interesting. Interesting enough, the Tesla share is above its 20 EMA on the daily, but you can see that the 9 and the 20 are really intertwined then, and we want that the 9 went below the 20. We want that to pop back up over the 20 EMA there. We do not want that to continue to curl over. Then the 20 curls over, and then it all starts to flow down. We need that to stay up. So really that $323 is such a crucial level. Of course, the 200 EMA on the daily, you can see all these other EMAs and MAs there as well. And the 50 days moving up, you would expect a golden cross to be occurring within the next week, I would think. Not this week, maybe next week, we could see a golden cross there. That might tie in very well with the Robotaxi launch coming out fairly soon. So that'll be interesting to see how that rolls out and how successful that is and what that does to the price charts there. But that's what I'm looking at the moment for Tesla. Obviously, if we can break above this 339 level, I think there will be some resistance up here from where we broke down to, and what would be really bullish if we broke through that area where we broke down from, which is about 349, retested that support, then I think we're going to be climbing much, much higher. Well, that's all I have time for today. Thank you again for tuning in. And of course, until the next episode, or until I see you in the Discord, happy trading.